Hey, welcome back. Today's the day probably most of you have been waiting for, is assembly of the cage. But before I assemble the cage, I must disassemble the cage per the instructions and use all the screws that they say to use. So it's a lot. Here, I'll use my shield-shaped reefs tray to keep all my screws organized here. So that's that. The cage is beautiful. Don't need to say anything much else about that. It's flawless, as expected. Some of the things in the cage kit that you might be interested in are the battery trays, which are this beautiful carbon fiber. The rear wings, again, beautiful carbon fiber work. The door bars that hold the battery, the doors on, are nicely machined aluminum. The bump stops that are functional, which I'm sure most of you will be familiar with those, pretty nice. I think they missed an opportunity to put a Vanquish logo there since they put it everywhere else, but hey, why not? In that kit is the voltage regulator for the lights and some instructions to tell you how to do that. If you don't run the voltage regulator, you'll burn up these lights, so make sure you run that voltage regulator. Let's see what else we got. I'm reusing an interior pan and reusing a fuel cell because I'm incredibly lazy and they'll be replaced in the future anyway, so why not just forego assembly on those parts, and I'll just put them back in the box. So do a little time lapse, do a little disassembly here, and we'll get to it. Alright, well that was fun. Cage is assembled. I went ahead and wired up the lights as indicated by the instruction sheet, which is the next piece that goes on. They've pre-assembled the light, the front piece, and I went ahead and soldered the wiring on, put a little plug on it so I can plug it into my battery connector, and yeah, so we're going to put that on. If you want to know how to solder, it's pretty simple stuff, but you should definitely go check out somebody else's YouTube channel, because I'm not going to teach you how to solder, because I don't need the hate in my life from people telling me how I do it wrong. But it's how I've been doing it for my entire life. Thank you, Mr. Roscoff, for teaching me. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just an electronics engineer. I don't know nothing about soldering, so give me a break. Anywho, let's get this bad boy put on here. We'll get this 8 miles of wire shimmied through, which I'm sure I'll reroute it 6 times to Sunday. But let's see if we can get this grill mounted up. Look at that, it all lines up. Yeah, I got the screws ready. The chassis went together really nicely. The fit, even with the anodizing, no issues with the screws. Threads were all clean. Yeah, no drama whatsoever with any of the chassis going together. Even going into the plastic pieces, it's not that big a deal. I'm sure at some point some of that plastic will get replaced with somebody's next great idea. But yeah, so there's the front grill is installed. Let's see what we got next here. I think we got some more panels. We do. So we got some rear panels going together. So I need some more 10 mils out of this bag of 10 millis. So I'm pretty sure this is a 10 mil. That's an 8 mil. There's a 10. 10 all day. 10 all day. 10 all day. I don't know why I keep saying that. It's just what I'm going to do. Let's see, I need 4 and a 2 6 mils. 6 mils are pretty daggone short. But I'm using my screw checker, length checker tool there. Alright, so let's put on some rear panels. This ought to be cute. Let's these go on. And that's slick. Alright, so I'm probably going to need a mini driver here. So let's put these bad boys on. I mean, we're not putting these on monster tight, so. And no, I'm not using Loctite on the body panels, because I think that that would be a nightmare later down the road. So I am foregoing that in advance, because I mean, these body panels they'll get thrashed, they'll get beat up pretty good. So man, that blue looks so good. I'm sure I'll probably change this hardware out from this black oxide to K&K kit at some point. Just falls into place like it was meant to be. Oh wait, it was. You just sit right there. And if you're watching me build this because you think it's an instructional video on how to build your own later, wow! I pray for you. I pray for you. Because I'm not covering every step, every screw length, and all that crap. I think eventually, I'm sure Josh Steed will do it. He'll do build video that'll take 6 months for you to watch, and he'll skip just as many steps. Alright, let's see. Ooh. Oh my, we're getting ready to mater together. Mater. Alright. Before I put that on there, I need to put my electronics in, I think. Before I am. Let me see. Jump ahead here. Oh. And let's see. Let me ponder on this for a minute, and I will get back to you. All right, so we went ahead and put electronics in it. Like I said before, Mombex, bulletproof, 2850 reefs, Spectrum radio. All needs to be said about that. So let's put this chassis down on here. It's like lowering a vintage car onto something here. It's like a Volkswagen Beetle, but different. I like to make sure I feed the shocks through, because that tends to be a pain in the patootie later. Same with the wire management, making sure I don't pinch the wiring that needs to go through here. There's one thing for you, the cage. If you're used to these optics, you can usually spread the cage out to line things up. You're not doing that with this at all. You're gonna have to make it fit correctly. Let's see what do we got going on here. A little bit of perspective here. Get you in. You want to keep popping up. Why do you want to keep popping up? Move the wires. It'll be alright. You'll be alright. There you go. There you go. Alright. Let's get some screws jammed in here. 3x14s. How many more 14s we got going on here? These are still 16s. They haven't grown any. Let's see, that looks like a 14, that looks like a 14. And correct. Need a couple more of them. There's 3, 4, 5, and that's 16. 16. There you are. Alright. Let's get some of these bad boys started. Come on, man. Now you want to move. Dang it. Come on, Bob. See? All you gotta do is turn camera on and then nothing fits anymore. It's just the way it works. Get you out of there. There you go. Let's see. Got you and you. And you are mated up. Let's see. There's your still 14s. Let's see if this will help. Just trying to get the motor plate to the chassis, and that might help me keep things lined up a little better. Getting the sides in. Like that. You'll pop. You'll pop. Gotta remember I have a grill there now. Have to be a little more conscientious about where I'm flopping this thing around with pads on it. Come on there, Rudy Patootie. Where are you off? Just a smidge. Gentle like that. Gentle like you. Me not like you. Come on. On the subject here. Extremely off. Why are you so freaking far off? Let's try the other side. Let's see what happens. If the thing wants to go back some. Don't know why. You're just happy as a clam now. Those front ones do not want to cooperate here. So let's see what we got. Why are you so finicky? You're all in the right places. seem to be in the right spot. You just don't want to play. No, I'm not drilling in the chassis. It's just a cleaner bit. Alright, boogaloo. Not drawn in. To be continued.